Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take stacks of information, articles, notes, you name it, and really try to pull out the most important nuggets for you.
That's the goal.
And today, we're plunging into college football, specifically week 2. It delivered maybe more twists and turns than a lot of us were expecting.
Yeah, definitely more than anticipated. So our mission for this deep dive is really to extract the critical insights from, the reviews and the reactions to week 2. We want to go beyond just the scores.
Right.
We're looking at those big shifts, dominant performances, setting a new tone, underdog wins, rewriting the story.
Basically, what are the early messages these teams are sending?
Exactly. So get ready. We're going to unpack how some teams are, already looking like contenders, maybe, while others are kind of scrambling for answers, facing some heat, and what all this early chaos might mean down the road. Got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with, I guess, the headline event. Oklahoma beating Michigan 24-13. That felt like more than just a win. It felt like a real statement. Oh, absolutely. What's fascinating when you dig into the sources isn't just the score. It's the way they won, the dominance. Norman was apparently electric.
Heard that too.
But that Oklahoma defense, sources said they absolutely smothered Michigan. Just owning the trenches, playing that punishing style Brent Venables loves.
Yeah.
One source even said they ran through Michigan's soul. That's pretty strong language for week 2.
That is strong. And you felt it watching Michigan's offense. Their line specifically, what were the sources saying was going wrong there? They just couldn't move anyone.
No push at all. Our sources pointed to Oklahoma's front four, just consistently winning one-on-one battles. They collapsed the pocket, didn't need to blitz much. Michigan couldn't establish that inside run game at all.
Right, no gap integrity from Michigan's side, it seems.
Exactly. And that meant the freshman QB, Bryce Underwood, he had a long night, is putting it mildly. Only 9 for 24, often running for his life.
And didn't they lose a lineman, too?
They did. Left guard Giovanni El-Hadi went down, just compounded the problem for an already struggling unit that hurts rhythm, communication, everything.
So you connect that, and suddenly the pressure is immense on Sherrone Moore, the new head coach, especially with the O-line being his background.
Right. The sources noted his post-game comments, we'll fix it, we'll keep getting better. But you could almost hear the urgency.
Definitely. And then Oklahoma's offense. John Mateer steps up, 270 passing, 74 rushing, 3 scores. Pretty efficient day.
Showed a surprising amount of poise, didn't he? Making quick reads, getting the ball out. It wasn't just the defense. The offense made a statement, too. Comprehensive win.
But what really jumped out from the sources was how Oklahoma reacted. Or maybe how they didn't react.
Yeah, very tempered. No champagne, no confetti vibes, as one source put it.
Right. Coach Venables was apparently very clear. Season's not over, no time to relax.
And it tells you something, doesn't it? That's not a team just happy with one big upset. That sounds like a team thinking bigger picture. Marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So, okay, if they're thinking bigger picture, what's the ambition there? Is this win signaling, like national contender level stuff for OU? And for Michigan, is this just a blip or a real crisis of confidence?
Well, for Oklahoma, the sense is this isn't just about the Big 12 anymore. Venables is building towards a national standard. That measured reaction, it suggests they believe this level of play should be the norm, not the exception. They're aiming high.
Okay.
For Michigan. It feels deeper than just a blip. Getting physically dominated like that, especially in the trenches, it can genuinely shake their confidence, as one source mentioned. It raises questions about their toughness, their identity under Moore. It feels more like an early identity crisis than just needing to fix a few things. That fix-it message feels more like an urgent need now.
Interesting contrast there. Because while OU was building this dominant identity and Michigan's facing questions, you had Michigan State doing something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Forging an identity through sheer grit. That double overtime win against Boston College, 42-40, that felt huge for them.
Absolutely huge. Sources called it the biggest win for Jonathan Smith so far. A really gritty performance. And crucially, like you said, is the kind of game Michigan State teams of the recent past probably wouldn't have won.
Right. That's what makes it feel significant, like a culture shift.
Definitely. And a lot of that seems to come down to the quarterback, Aiden Childs.
Yeah, sources highlighted him. Progression is real. Looked calm, poised, ready to lead. What specific moments stood out about his play in that pressure cooker?
Well, the sources pointed to that second overtime. Facing a critical third down, apparently he made a really calm check at the line, audible to a quick slant, got the first down, avoided a potential sack.
Clutch.
Exactly. Then next play, executes a perfect play-action fake, buys time, hits the tight end for the TD. Those aren't just throws. They're smart, high-pressure football plays. Shows maturity. Builds real belief.
So when we talk about flipping the script on those close losses, what does that really signify for a program? It's going to be more than just X's and O's.
Oh, it's absolutely culture. Sources point to it showing a coach really putting his fingerprints on a team. Smith's comments afterwards weren't boastful, right? All pride in his players, highlighting playmakers, focusing on growth, building something sustainable. There's this one quote from an assistant coach that stuck out. Told the players something like, "We learned more about who we are tonight than in all of spring practice. This is the new baseline." That kind of honesty after a win like that speaks volumes about building something different.
Yeah, you feel that shift. When you win those kinds of games, the tough ones, the ones you maybe felt you were supposed to lose before, it changes everything. It builds a different kind of confidence.
Contagious confidence.
Yeah.
And mental toughness. That's what's shown through not just winning, but how they won. Double OT, making plays when needed. That's a resilient mindset taking shape.
Okay, so we've got OU looking dominant, Michigan searching, MSU finding grit. But week 2 wasn't just about them. Let's zoom out. There was chaos energy everywhere, it felt like.
Right. You look on paper, only one top 25 matchup. You think, okay, maybe a quieter weekend.
Yep.
Not at all. Reality was upsets, drama, headlines, coast to coast. Just proves, again, there's really no such thing as a boring weekend in this sport. And these small ripples, they matter. They feed into the bigger story.
Totally. And some really surprising results fueled that chaos, like South Florida beating Florida, 18-16 on a last-second kick. Sources said USF's defense really figured out Florida's tendencies late. Strategic win.
Huge upset. Then you had Illinois going on the road and beating Duke. Physical game.
Baylor surviving SMU in double OT, that Texas shootout feel.
Even Iowa State winning the Cyhawk game. That's always massive locally, tons of emotion.
And amidst the team chaos, you had individual players making noise, too.
Exactly. Like Arch Manning at Texas throws 5 touchdowns against San Jose State. Okay, San Jose State, but still. The talent is obvious. Sources mentioned he looked really comfortable running the offense, maybe even pushing the QB competition narrative a bit.
Right. These aren't just footnotes. These performances, these upsets, they contribute to the overall unpredictability. It's like every game is sending out signals.
Precisely. You have dominant defenses making statements, new QBs stepping up, whole programs finding a new identity. It all weaves together. It forces you, week by week, to kind of reevaluate the landscape. Who's for real? Who was maybe overrated?
It really underscores that the narrative isn't set in stone in September. Far from it. Every Saturday is a chance to rewrite your story.
Couldn't agree more. It keeps you on your toes.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you trying to make sense of the college football storylines? Week 2 sent some pretty loud messages, I think.
Definitely loud. Oklahoma, they're not just winning. They look dangerous, playing with that championship focus already. Michigan, clearly licking their wounds. Big questions about the lines, the coaching.
Yeah, immediate pressure.
And Michigan State, they absolutely found a heartbeat. That win feels like a potential turning point, a real sign of a cultural shift under Smith.
It's only September, as the sources kept saying. The lights are just coming on, but the stage already feels big.
Right. And if week 2 brought this much drama and intensity, man, what's November going to bring when everything's truly on a line?
Makes you wonder. So here's something to think about. How do these early messages, the dominant defenses, the culture shifts, the individual breakouts, how do they ripple outwards? They aren't just single data points.
No, they're indicators. They influence rankings, coaching hot seats, player confidence, everything. They set the stage for who might really run through souls, as that source put it, when it truly matters later on.
So think about it. What narratives are you tracking from these first couple of weeks that you think could define the whole season?
Good question to ponder.
And that is going to wrap up this deep dive into the thrilling chaos of college football week 2. Thanks for joining us as we try to unpack some of these insights.
Yeah, we hope this look gave you a clearer picture of some of the dynamics at play. There's always more beneath the surface.
We really appreciate you taking this journey with us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.